Hey guys, it's me, the Comic Wraith. With today being the 20th of February 2026, I want to celebrate my first full actual year of doing content for YouTube. Not full time, I still have a job and still do things outside of there to make financial success, but this has been my biggest place for creative outlets, shall we say. And I want to sum up the last year of content I've made in this little year in review, in a way. This is probably going to be my most unscripted video I've ever made, apart from my very first one, which was, it's not very good. I hope you'll come along with me and enjoy. My first video was actually not comic book related at all. It was this video on Helldivers 2 of me watching my friend get hit with a laser that I thought was really funny.
What's going on over there?
This is actually from a time when, before I started doing YouTube, I wanted to do Twitch. I wanted to just stream video games for people, you know, like Stormfall or Ninja. I don't know. But I found that the process of trying to be entertaining on camera as well as playing the game well, really not fun for me, so I stopped doing it pretty quickly. Though I did try it again later on with my new gaming channel, Wraith, that I haven't uploaded on in like, I think 2 months. My first ever comic book related video, which was unscripted, much like this one is, was my initial review and I guess takeaway on Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King, which I do still have right here. This book is still, as I say in the video, gas. You should read this if you haven't. It's still the inspiration for the new movie. I think I'm just regurgitating a lot of what I already said. But that was my first video, and it did okay. It has, I think, like 40 views now, and that's probably only because I have, like, more subscribers and more viewer hours on average nowadays. But, yeah, that was, you know, it was unscripted, like this is. I keep saying that, sorry. And basically, my friend, who I love to this day, he said to me, if you do this, don't do it unscripted. It is terrible. So now I'm doing this. But anyway, that would lead me on to my next video, Jack Kirby, King of the Silver Age. The first ever video that I was inspired to do by YouTubers like Comic Drake, Panda Red, and Matt with 4Ts, you know, the guy who does comic and manga. I was just really inspired to like do videos in their style of like, hey, this is this person, I really enjoy this, let me talk to you about this person and their history and their lives and like how they got into the industry that we all know and love. It was really fun. I enjoyed making it. It's how I learned how to edit. It's how I learned how to kind of flesh out how I wanted to do this. It was great. Now, my next video... oh, God. My next video was me talking about Comicsgate. If you don't know what that is, watch the video, I guess. I don't really want you to, but... basically, Comicsgate is this whole movement that I feel, you know what, no, we're not even going to get into it. And basically, it's me calling out the silliness and what I think is just overall loser behavior of it all. That video got a lot of engagement because Ethan Van Sciver watched it on one of his streams. And so, his community dogpiled me for like a good 4 days. And basically what happened was, I got so upset because I was just getting nothing but, like, fat shaming, telling me I was wrong, telling me my information was out of date. Which, out of date doesn't mean incorrect. I just want to say that. Everyone's saying, oh, Trump's president. I'm not American. Everyone thinks I am because of my accent. I don't know why I have it. I'm Australian. But, anyway, moving on, I then started my next series, which is one I still do today, Character Chronicles. Basically, I wanted to do what Matt and Comic Drake and Panda Red did for creators for characters. The first one I started with was Dr. Doom, which I thought was apparent because I'm pretty sure the Doomsday announcement was like right after or right before that. I think it was right before that. I'm going off memory. But it did okay. It was a fun experience. I got to like talk about characters. Reminding me of the old... do you remember when Watch Mojo did comic origin videos? They don't really do them anymore, but they did them at one point, and I remember being obsessed with those as a kid. I kind of wish they still did them. I know that like Mojo Plays, I think, does it to an extent. I don't know if they still do, but anyway. After that, what was my next video? After that was what probably my most successful video at the time was, which was my just general consensus and look at James O'Barr's The Crow, my favorite comic book of all time. It still is to this day. I've read so many comics now. I used to have never read any, but to this day, James O'Barr's The Crow is my favorite comic book. This is beautiful. It's heartfelt. It's amazing. If you haven't read this yet, go pick it up. It's like, I think it was like $70 Australian on Amazon. Not the point. Point is, great book. Read it. That video did really well. It got like 140 views within like the first 2 days, which is a big number for me at the time. Still is. But like, it showed to me that people wanted to watch this. People had an interest in what I had to say, which is not like this big call of validation that I wanted, but that I was being listened to, and that felt good. You know what I mean? It felt like it was nice to be heard and like to have someone care, I guess, in a simple way to put it. And yeah, that was really fun. After that, I did my second episode of Character Chronicles, which was kind of a team. It was the Gotham City Police Department, GCPD, Gotham's Finest, where I do this really silly opening pretending to be like Harvey Bullock or just some like grizzled cop detective. I don't know, it's just trying to be fun. And this is where my good friend and like thumbnail artist, Jade Knight, who does all the channel's thumbnails, all like every time a thumbnail on the channel that isn't just my face or like a simple picture edit, like all like canon events, Character Chronicles, everything, creators, it's all her. She's great. Give her flowers. She's my best friend since high school, and she does a great job. But yeah, Character Chronicles was the next one, and that was the one where I felt like I could really like get into the understanding of characters. I got into Renee Montoya, Harvey Bullock, James Gordon, and I even talked a little bit about the, you know, non-common characters like Christopher Allen, Loeb, what's his name, Flass. And that was really fun, and I really enjoyed that one. And then we get to my first ever canon events episode, where we talked about the book Flashpoint. Now, the reason this series is so personal to me is when I first started this idea, my initial idea was just to do comic dubbing. No introspective look at creators or comic books themselves or the characters themselves, just dubbing of my favorite stories. My main inspiration for that was, you know, I'm a comic historian. I loved his dramatic retelling of books, and every now and then he'd sprinkle in like a voice. And God, I wished we could have like, I wanted to make like his level of presentation with like a dramatic stage play reenactment. And we're getting there. We're getting closer and closer. My editing style, it's very simple. I just do the whole page, and I want to work on that. The next few probably won't be any different. They'll still be the whole page because I'm just like, I'm not confident in myself just yet, in my editing ability. But I love making those. Flashpoint was one I wanted to make, and we've made so many. We're in the middle of like 2 more. Technically 1. The other one's almost done. But it's so fun. Flashpoint was so fun. Shout out Patient Zero. You did like all of it. Like he was Flash, Reverse Flash, and Deathstroke. And I didn't really get the chance to script for him, so I was running out of time because I was working. So I asked him, hey, you like this book? Can you just do all the characters' lines from the book? And he's like, yeah, dude. And I'm like, awesome. That saved me a lot of time. And it was great. Great experience. It was a little odd. In the first one, not every character's voice. I decided to do a thing of, this is where you know it's inspired by Comic Historian, because it's merged with Comic Historian's narration, like dramatic storytelling version with dubbing, which I didn't really keep to. I decided that full-blown dubbing was more my idea of what I wanted. And so that's not really prevalent in any of the newer episodes of canon events, but I think it worked for the first one because it was such a big cast. But from now on, like, it'll just be full dubs, which is, you know, more of what I want to do, but I don't think it's a bad thing. We probably will redo it at some point with like a full cast. It depends. I'll see if there's a demand. After that was my first ever episode of Game Wraith, my on again, off again series. It's like 2 episodes at this point, where I do game related to comics. I debated doing non-comic related games, but I'm a comic book channel. I want to do comic book stuff. I would love to do non-comic games if people want them, like new Resident Evil's coming out. I'm hyped for that. I'm just saying. But basically, I just went through, because it was a VR game with Batman Arkham Shadow, I decided to just, like, retell the story through, like, a dramatic lens, which I think works. I'm not good at verbalizing, like, how I look at themes, at least not in this format. If I was on a podcast and in conversation, I could probably do that easily, right? But in this format here, with, like, on camera or over voiceover, I'm not the best at it. I'm struggling to do this right now, if I'm completely honest with you. At the time, though, this is my longest video, I think, still on the channel. I'll have to double check that. But I was kind of upset that this video didn't pop. Like, it got 40 views, which is a lot for a 2-hour video on a channel with less than 100 subscribers. That's great. But Flashpoint was the video before that, and that just did like 160 views. I thought maybe some of that would carry over. It does not. It does not work like that. Nonetheless, it's also my favorite thumbnail that we've probably put in the channel. Jade Knight probably hates that because she thinks that a lot of the newer ones are better, but I really love that thumbnail. It's so fun. A shout out to Shadow Doctor. Is that his name? The guys who made the Arkham Shadow suit for Arkham Knight, we asked to use their image for the thumbnail, and they were like 100% fine with it, just for credit, which was great. So we did that, and I'll link in the mod in this video, because why not? Okay, so this next video is it's probably the first video I've put out that I have consistently liked less and less as the time has gone on. It is my Grant Morrison episode of Creators, the show where I talk about the creators. Not because I don't like Grant Morrison. I think they're a very talented writer, but I myself am unhappy with the way it was handled because it's so short. It's not even a full 8 minutes, and half of it's an interview, the clip I found on YouTube, and it's just, I could do better now. I'd like to do better now. I do talk about like books that I've read that I really like of theirs. But I'm not happy with it. I'm still not happy with it to this day. It's also like Jade Knight has told me that like it's probably her least favorite thumbnail too. That video it's a shame because I love Grant Morrison's work, and I feel like this video does not do them justice, and I would love to redo it. For now, it'll stay up, but like I'm not gonna get rid of it. It's still a nice video if you want to watch it. I do try my best, but it's very short. It's very surface level. I in good conscience would not recommend that video to anyone who's watching this. I'll be dead serious. The next video after that is a comic book unboxing. Only one episode I've done of that, and it's because I had some spare cash, so I bought like 5 books on Amazon. I don't even remember what they all were. It was Superman Smash vs. the Clan, Haunted Victory, Red Sun, Arkham Asylum, and there was one more. What one were you? What one? What? Hang on. Dark Knight Rises, which I only got because I feel like it was essential to have in my collection. It's so stupid. I just wanted the video out because I hadn't uploaded in a little while at the time. And it's simple, fun. I'm fucking with a knife for 2 minutes, and then, like, I'm talking about books. It's very simple for me. Like, next. This was after I took maybe about 3 weeks straight off. Not because I wasn't trying to make a video, but just because I was really creatively blocked. I thought I'd play it safe and just do another character video, but I didn't want to do Marvel or DC. So I did The Mask, mainly because I was a big fan of the Jim Carrey film as a kid, as well as, like, the character is inherently interesting to me. Especially with how violent the original book is why I think it was so intriguing. The video itself, I don't know why I did this. I changed my background to be this, like, my soundproofing. It's not nice to look at. I'm wearing a Critical Role vest, which I love that vest, don't get me wrong. But I just don't know why I did this for a creative decision. I don't know, and I think I even mentioned that a convention that year was on that I was hoping to go to. That convention was done. I'd been to the convention and back before this video ever came out, and it's just so funny to me how, like, I'm trying to plan so far ahead, and it's just not working. The video itself, I think, was quite fun. It's just me recounting mostly the first volume and a half, I think, of The Mask, which is a good read. Get it yourself if you haven't. I highly recommend it. Next is a minute and 15-second teaser trailer for an Ultron related video that I don't think came out for like another what, like month and a half. Yeah, it was just me being a little creative. I was just trying to do something there. Nothing serious, nothing important. My next video is a video on All-Star Superman. And I was really proud of it. I thought it was deep and introspective and a way to actually verbalize my thoughts on the book for once. And I'm really proud of it. I think it's really deep. I don't know why I said deep, but it's very enjoyable. And I hope it's like a nice look into how I perceive the medium, and I hope people like it a lot. At least I think people do. Next up is the next Canon Events episode, Batman Gotham by Gaslight. This one was a must-do for my channel. I'm a massive fan of Gaslight as like a concept, and I'm so glad it came out the way it did. We didn't do the whole book. If you don't know, the whole book comes in 4 distinct stories. There is the initial idea of Gotham by Gaslight, then there is the somewhat sequel Master of the Future storyline, which the movie combined those two into. The third one is a Gaslight cameo appearance in like a bigger DC event. I'm not even sure what that event was. I don't know. And the fourth one is Gotham Batman, Gaslight Batman appearing in a Captain Marvel story, or Shazam, depending on who you ask. And I left those 2 out purely because I just felt it was so disconnected that it wouldn't matter, I guess, is the way I would say. But the first 2 felt like the proper 2 stories about the character that I think works really well, and I'm glad we did it. God, I hate that I don't know. I was clean shaving all the time at the time. Look at me. Next up is probably the quickest concept, like idea to finished and out video I've done. This is the Fantastic Four Character Chronicles, and that came out like 4 days after Gotham by Gaslight. And I had the idea like the day before it went out, or not the day before it came out, like the day or 2 before it came out. And then, thanks to Jade Next, we did something called transition screens, which are when we went through every character, because it was a set teams. We wanted to go through each character. Those were all done and finished in like 48 hours. That is an insane turnout that I tried to reach since. I feel a lot more consistent about it now, but at the time, I didn't think I'd be able to do that again. It also did really well on release. It got like 75 views within like 24 hours, which is a lot for this channel. Also, if you've noticed at this point, I'm using my TV and monitor as like background flare. I liked it at the time. I don't know. I think it's just kind of, it was neat because I could change it around like I think some other creators do. But as it went on, I just became harder and harder with more obscure characters. So I just kind of decided, nah, after a while. I don't think it was here. I think it was a little later. So here was the second, and at the moment, most recent episode of Game Wraith, where I talk about LEGO Marvel superheroes. There was a point to this where I wanted to do a thing where you take the silliness of a LEGO game and you put it in a realistic comic book lens. And it would be sick. Like, there's a scene in the game where Magneto, like, controls the Statue of Liberty. As far as I'm aware, that hasn't been done in the comics before. And had that been in a comic or a movie or a show, you would think that's awesome. But because it was in a LEGO game, it's kind of like, it's funny. That's a little disservicing to me. And the comedy is funny. LEGO games are inherently silly, and once you're like able to do that, you can enjoy the comedy of it. I know I do. And yeah, I want to do another LEGO episode, probably on Marvel Superheroes 2, or maybe the new LEGO Batman game that's coming out. Probably that one. That's more likely. Depends. 007's coming out like within the same few weeks, so we'll see. Okay, so after that was a creator's video I'm still very proud of, because I think it was like when I first started figuring out how I want to do these videos. And that was my creator's video on Milestone Comics. Specifically the founders, such as Damian Priest, Dwayne McDuffie, etc., etc. And what I wanted to do on that one was to try and build these people up in a positive way, because it is ultimately these people is why we have such unique diversity today that we have in the comic space. such as characters like Static, characters like Icon and Rocket, etc. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we have characters that come from these backgrounds because we have people from these backgrounds able to make it. DC, give us a black-led comic. It's been over a year. The next thing is, of course, another small thing. Thanks to the actor for Ultron in the Canon Events episode, he did the monologue from the movie where James Spader talks about meteors. And because of that, I asked him, can I use this for a trailer? And he was like, yeah, sure. So we did. And that was really fun. It's probably one of my more favorite, like, little smaller creative things I've been able to do, thanks to doing this as a whole. Like, it's so fun and ominous, and it's so, sorry, the nerd in me is coming out, I apologize. I guess it's what you're watching it for. But yeah, it was a simple trailer. The date on it says, like, September 12th. It didn't come out until, like, September 21st. It took, like, a whole, like, week and a half more for it to come out, because it just got delayed, and the editing, like, I got like drained and had a little bit of burnout. But other than that, like, it's still really good. Obviously, the next video is the Ultron Unlimited canon event itself, which was so fun. I play Wonder Man in it. I think I do poor compared to everyone else, but everyone else gives 100%. Special thanks to the entire cast of not only Ultron's canon events, but all the ones beforehand, Gotham by Gaslight and Flashpoint. These are all amazing projects that I would not be able to achieve without this amazing cast. Ultron Unlimited is easily, I think, now the longest of the episodes of those. But it's like, also, there is one little gripe I have with it. And that is the fact that there is narration in the book, but I did not do a dubbing of it. Because I thought it being acted would help it not need it. But there are points in there where I think the lack of me putting in narration as, like, even just a guide for the scenes in the script for the actors made it suffer a little bit. Like, there are some points in direction where, like, I had, like, people came out to me and asked me, like, oh, how is this meant to be done? Oh, this, and this. Oh, okay, I thought it'd be a little clearer. Yeah, probably could have done that. Other than that, though, great video. 100% loved it. Ultron and Alchema are great. Everyone's great. Iron Man, Cap, Scarlet Witch, Firestar, Justice. Everyone's great. I love all you guys, and I hope you all loved working with this. Okay, so I took another small break, mostly because it was the month of October, which is my birthday month. And I just decided I'm too tired. I got a little burnt out here. And I didn't want to make anything for a little bit. I wanted to just take some time. So I made because the show was coming out, I made a Peacemaker episode of Character Chronicles, which I'm really happy with. It's very good, and I still gave it 100% wherever I could. But outside, I think just knowing my mental space at the time is why I might not like some of these later videos. I'm still proud of every single one of them, and I'm proud of all the work that I put into all of this. But that video in particular was a little hard for me, because I was just so tired. Moving on was another Character Chronicles video, The Preacher of Paranoia Scarecrow. I wanted to do this for Halloween. It came out like a week after. I'm not good with scheduling and like making sure things come out on time. This will be the first that actually comes out on the date I intend for. February 20th, Australian time. So it might be the 19th in America if you're watching in America. Unless you're watching this out. You know what I'm trying to say. But also, another thing, I don't like doing videos of the same type back to back. I don't want to do Character Chronicles, or Creators, or, for example, the recent collab video I did, you might know of if you've been here for a while. Don't want to do, like, two of the same video back to back. I like variety. I want people to be able to come for different things and not have to wait, like, 6 months in between for their thing that they're into on my channel. So that's what I try to do. But this one, I needed a video out. It sounds terrible. I didn't want a video out. I just wanted to be back, and so I did Scarecrow. Because it was a simple video, Halloween, scary, I thought it worked. And it's also, again, where I'm starting to find some of my style. Like, I interject myself more into the videos, like my actual face, which I was always a little nervous about. And I actually really enjoyed the video. It was really fun to make, and I loved the little edit I worked with Jade Knight at the start of, like the little game edit. It's really fun. After that was probably my best take on analyzing media at a deeper level was my video on Dispatch, the video game episodic from Ad Hoc Studio. that was, I think, 8 episodes. Yeah, 8 episodes, and was so fun. So it's such a fun game. You haven't played it yet? Go play it. It's so fun. Robbed at the Game Awards. Just gonna say it. But basically, I went into the themes of like each character, analyzing the comics that are part of the deluxe edition, which I think I was allowed to show. I don't know, Ad Hoc, I haven't said anything. But basically, the idea was to just look at every character that I think was majorly important, that being Robert, Shroud, Blazer, Invisigal, and Chase, and just showing them all and like the different themes, obsession, insecurity, all that stuff, because I think it all blends extremely well together, especially when you play the game yourself. You'll see all of that in there. And I really am proud of that one. That one is special to me because I felt like I was able to really articulate how I felt as a consumer and as a critic and as someone who could articulate things on a deeper level than he wanted to. So I was really proud of that video. Also, it was a video where I announced that I started doing gaming on a second channel. Again, still haven't uploaded in God knows how long, but you know. The next video I did was the first ever female character I did on the channel, which should not have taken that long. I do not know why that did. But basically, it was Tank Girl, who was this really cool indie comic that my girlfriend told me about, and you know, I decided to do a video on it. I didn't want to do a character video or a creator video because it was so self-contained that I just wanted to do the whole thing as a whole, and I think it really worked. It's a good video about how like the writer and the artist, Martin Hewlett. That's not it. Jamie Martin and Alan Hewlett. Is that their names? Fuck it. You'll know when it'll come up on screen. There you go. I don't want to do the finger snap. But yeah. So I wanted to do a video on the character themselves. Booga is still sexy. Fuck you, anyone who disagrees with me. And yeah, so that was all that was. And it's also the first time my girlfriend appeared in a video. She flashed me. Big success. What am I saying? I'm freaking out a little bit. It's so hot in this fucking room. Next up is the most recent episode of Canon Events, Hellboy the Prelude. Basically, all that covered was the 2 little teaser comics that Mike Mignola made before he put out the first issue of Seed of Destruction. And I wanted those to be done separately before I did a big comic, like dubbing or canon event episode on the full Seed of Destruction book. Only because like I wanted to see if there was an audience for it. Wanted to see if like anyone gave a shit, which I think people do, and maybe a bigger one will generate that interest. So it was the first canon events I was able to have enough money to pay people for. Granted, it's not a lot, but something's better than nothing, right? And I'm really proud of that too. Every new video I'm saying I'm proud, which is a good thing, but I'm worried I'm repeating myself. Next, I did a trailer reaction to the new Supergirl trailer at the time. Simple, it's just me reacting. I don't really want to do reaction content, but you know, it was something fun. Next up is my now most successful video I've ever done so far. And I think, hang on, let me check actually. At time of recording, 697 views. It's 3 views away from 700. That's crazy. And has probably been the biggest growth of my channel in so long is Mike Mignola, the Modest Monster Maker, my creator's video on Mike Mignola. It is the video I'm so proud of in a creative sense. I was able to like get all these amazing clips and sources. I was able to find so much to flesh out how I wanted to. I got my scripting right. I got the way I wanted to sound right. I got the way I presented myself on camera, which I'm not on it a lot to be fair, but I presented the way I sound on camera and voiceover correctly. Like, I'm so proud of that video. It's easily, I want to see my magnum opus, because it's not, but nowhere near. I know I can do nothing but improve still. But god damn it, I'm happy with that video, and I hope you are too. Nearly 700 people. This next video I'm also extremely proud of. God, I sound like a broken record. It's the most recent Character Chronicles, Wonder Man, which I think has also done really well. It has like 60 plus views now, and it's doing great. This one I mainly did because Wonder Man is a favorite Marvel character of mine. He's in my top 5. But he is one of those characters that I think is very obscure, and I think people who wanted to watch the show would benefit from seeing. I still haven't watched the show. I'm terrible at keeping up with things like that. But the show, the character itself, is so fun, so full of interesting like takes and stories. You should read about this character more, especially Emergency Response Squad. That's such a good run. Please do if you have the time, please. And finally, the most recent video on the channel is an hour-long collaboration video with some friends of mine from the Izzy Builds Discord server. If you don't know who Izzy Builds is, she's an amazing cosplayer and content creator. She, you may have seen her on viral things as Cass, Batgirl. She's great. Izzy, queen. And basically, I had a few friends of mine from that server. We all got together and we just talked about comic book designs for like an hour. It was basically a podcast, but we had like a goal to talk about, if that makes sense. And we just talked about X-Men for like an hour. It was the first ever collaboration I've ever done, which was great. And yeah, I can't say. Ooh, I had terrible audio issues. Coming back from, like, I did a thing to edit my audio because I was trying to fix something, and then I forgot to put it back. So my audio at parts is terrible, and thanks to editing, I was able to fix parts of it, but my audio is terrible most of it. So yeah, there is that problem. There shouldn't happen again, though. We do want to do more. We will do more, and I can't wait for y'all to see it. But outside of that, that's everything, man. This is insane. I went from having so little confidence to doing this to having nearly 100 subscribers in a year. Granted, if I was more consistent, like maybe not trying to upload just a bit more consistently, I probably would be over that by now. And like, I think that's something amazing to say. I was so scared starting it. You know, I struggle with anxiety a lot. But all I can say is thank you all so much. Thank you all for believing in me, all 69 of you. Is the recording. Nice. But I'm so excited to keep going. I'm not done yet. Not by a long shot. But it's been a great year. I can't wait to do more. Hopefully, I can do this full time. I want to do this full time. I want to make my own comic someday. And I can't draw for shit. But I can write decent, I hope. If anything of my scripts for the other videos I've done have shown, I think I could do decent. All I ask is that you give your chance to me. Well, believe in me. And stick around for the journey. Because I'm sure as hell gonna try and make it memorable. I've been your host, the Comic Wraith. Stay safe, stay true, and stay you.